Hi there, and congratulations for booking your quantum hypnosis session. In today's video, we're going to go over how to prepare your questions for your session. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a QHHT session, PSP session, regression healing, or even a BQH session. How you formulate your questions is the same process regardless of which one that you do. And during your session, what happens with any of these modalities is that we summon your subconscious mind. Now, you might call this your soul, your spirit, your inner being, your higher self, whatever you call that greater self that's inside of you. We put you into a deep, deep trance, and I have a conversation with that part of you. I just call it the subconscious mind because that generalizes it and makes it easier. That captures whatever is there beyond your unconscious. And so the list of questions, you're going to bring two lists of questions. One will be your health concerns and your health questions, and the other one will be your life questions, and that can be just about anything. And you're looking at somewhere between 20-25 questions is about a nice number of questions to have. If you come in with 50 questions, we can also do that. The most questions I've had was 133, and we didn't get through all those questions, and the session was more like 3 hours, the trance itself. And of course, there's the preparation before you go in that. So it was a really, really long session. It was like an 8.5 hour, 9 hour day for that. So we can do a lot of questions, but I found that I was hurried quite a bit through that. And, if you're going to take a little bit longer, then of course the price will be higher for that kind of a session. And so if you're somewhere around 25 or maybe 50, those are some reasonable number of questions to ask. And if you get a whole lot more, then you're going to be duplicating a lot of questions. Now, it's best to get the questions about yourself, to sit and actually contemplate and think about what you want to ask. And it's best to imagine that you're talking to the most intelligent being in the planet when you're asking these questions. There's no limit to what you can or can't ask. And whether or not they can answer, that'll be another question. Just imagine that they are the most highest being. They got access to God and all his knowledge. Just think of it that way. So anything you want to ask, and it could be about how the planet was formed, whether or not the planet's in trouble today. Is the climate change real? Is there really a problem? Is there anything that we need to be worried about there? So the most common questions, of course, are: what is my life purpose? Who am I? Why am I here? What's my mission? What is my why? What is my biggest dream? Those are the big questions that people ask. And then relationships, and how can I create a better relationship with whoever it is? And why do I have a bad relationship with so-and-so? Why do I keep attracting toxic people into my life? And I grew up in a toxic family. I know all about narcissism, and I've helped a lot of people get over toxic relationships and get on a better path. So anything about toxic relationships, narcissism, go ahead and feel free to ask those questions. And we can talk about some of this stuff in the pre-talk as well, if you have any questions about that. Do I feel comfortable expressing myself? Do I feel seen, heard, and valued? Ask about your boundaries. How do I feel when I enforce my personal boundaries? Am I getting too caught up in other people's problems? Do I wait for other people to solve my problems, and why would I do that? These are the kind of questions that you can ask. And with the health questions, you can get into just about anything. We can do a body scan if you like. And if I have a list of your health concerns, and it's best with the health concerns, sometimes you can go ahead and write the doctor's terminology for it, but it doesn't really understand medical jargon. So if you can break it down, there's a problem with such and such, and it makes me feel like this. So rather than the complicated word that it won't understand, describe what's going on with your health problem. And so make a list of those problems there. And we can also do a body scan in case there's something there that you didn't know about, something that's in the midst of making itself known, but it just hasn't got there yet and told you that it's here yet. So a body scan is great for that kind of thing, and it'll identify any other health problems that you have. And then what we'll do is we'll find out what the source of those problems are. So the actual questions to ask around that, I'll be coming up with those questions, but so get the base of what the problem is, and then we'll go from there. And then when we get into the life questions, that can be anything. What hobbies should you take up? How do you feel about self-care? And how does that affect the quality of your life? How much sleep do you need to function at your best? Money. We can work on your financial abundance. We can find out that if there's anything that's blocking your abundance and you remove all those blocks. We can change your beliefs. If you have any limiting beliefs that need to be changed out, we can just go through a process that just swaps them out, and your subconscious mind knows which ones are limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. Get rid of them and swap them out for empowering beliefs that will help you to achieve your mission and your purpose and whatever goals that you have in your life. You can ask about your personal gifts. Which 3 words best describe you? And am I affecting my life, or do I live at cause? And another thing we could do is we can journey into your light. And the light inside is the light of love. And what we can do there is take you into your light so that you can experience what self-love really is. This is an amazing experience that people love this thing. And it changes your life once you figure out that the love is inside of you. So the journey into the light takes a few minutes, so you can add that as one of the things to do as well. What's one thing I would like to do more of, and why, and how can I make that happen? What's keeping me awake at night, and what drains my energy? How can I remove it from my life or protect myself from its negative effects? Am I holding on to something that would be better to let go of? And what is it, and what's holding me back from releasing it? And there's all kinds of different life questions that you can ask, whatever your specific problem is. If you write down what your problem is and what you'd rather have instead, that would be really helpful. Am I wasting my life? Am I sabotaging myself? Am I on the right path? How can I get on the right path? What do I need to do to get on the right path? How can I become more confident? And can you make that happen for me right now? If you're public speaking, we'll identify what it is that's blocking you from being able to speak or record yourself, talk in front of a camera, that kind of thing. We can identify what the problems are, and we can ask the subconscious to correct the problem and change beliefs or whatever it needs to do in order to get the result that you're looking for. Is there any new skills that you should be learning? What is the best job for me? So if you get into, should I quit my job? The straight up yes and no question like that, we still have free will, and it's better to dig in and ask more information rather than what would happen if I stayed in my job? What would happen if I left my job? And you can find out, what is the best thing to do based on the information that you get on if you do this, if you did that, and then you'd be better informed to be able to make your own decision, because it all comes down to free will at the end. All right, you can also get into questions about God. Does God exist? Does Jesus exist? Do angels exist? You can also ask to speak to your guides, to God, to Jesus, anybody like that, to people who have passed on. You can speak to people who you know, or even it might even be somebody who you don't know. And then this will be up to your ability, the depth of your trance, of whether or not you can achieve this stuff. Just remember that anything's possible. So don't be putting any limits on for yourself. It's just whatever you want to experience, you write those questions down so that I can't guarantee that you'll have that experience or you'll get that answer. I'll do my best job to ask the questions and dig further to get the answers that you're really looking for. Now, I can't guarantee because you're the one who's going to give these answers. And so I can't guarantee that you're going to answer the questions. I can't even guarantee that you'll close your eyes and go into hypnosis for me. So the people that do come in and they close their eyes and they go into the hypnosis, the majority of people get the answers to the questions that they ask. And sometimes when you're in your trance, it can be like you're in and out of trance, up and down a little bit. And I might ask a question when you're not quite deep enough for that question. And so I'll take that answer and I'll move on to some other stuff and then come back to that question again later if I wasn't happy with the answer that we got. And so that's, you can also go to my website. I've got a huge list of questions on there and you can copy and paste some of those questions. I'll put the link here so that you can see it. I'll also put the link in the description so you can go to my page and you can take any of these questions, you can modify them for yourself and do whatever you want. Add your own questions to it. It's best to come up with your own questions though, so make sure that you get lots of your own questions asked in there too. And only come to this stuff here if you're having problems and you need to you can't get those questions. You can't figure out what questions to ask. So this will help you to formulate some of your questions. Yeah. So again, congratulations on booking your QHHT session, or it could be a PSP session, or it could be PQH or regression healing, whatever your session is. Congratulations on booking that session. And I'm looking forward to working with you. So thanks for tuning in. And till next time, have yourself an amazing day.